So, I've been rewatching the gameplay of Shadow Generations Final Rush Act 1 from ChinaJoy. That was a mouthful. And after analyzing just enough myself, I noticed 3 simple yet critical things that could potentially tell us what kind of level design to expect throughout the game. Now, this discussion could be considered subjective, so whether or not you agree with what I will say or what I believe is all entirely up to you guys. Regardless, I do encourage you all to have an open mind. Anyways, cue the intro. Right, so this is where I start. The first thing I should mention is that this level has a constant focus on keeping the players engaged. Besides the constant homing attack chains, as I like to call it, there are moments where the players have to move themselves around just to collect rings, sections where they have to utilize chaos control in order to progress, and of course, there are even moments centered around platforming. Because remember, traditional Sonic games are platformers. Another thing that I noticed, or rather everyone noticed, is that the physics are similar to Sonic Frontiers. Despite the complaints that people have with the physics, I personally support it. Simply because of the amount of control one would have of jumping and moving around open spaces. That alone makes for some fluid platforming, especially in 3D. Also, if you want to see justice being done with Frontiers' physics, I would seriously recommend checking out Cyberspace 3-3. Despite being a remake of Modern Sky Sanctuary from Sonic Generations, this level feels as if it was made especially for Sonic Frontiers. Anyways, my last takeaway from this footage is the length of this stage, which is just long enough to not only present what needs to be presented, but also long enough to the point where it gives a lasting impression on players. Not that a level needs to be long in order to be good and satisfying, I'm just saying that here it's a good thing. Now, one thing I felt the need to say, given how linear the level design seems, is that just because a level is linear doesn't instantly make that level a bad level. I mean, hey, Sonic Adventure 2, the Sonic and Shadow levels are generally linear, especially City Escape, Radical Highway, and Metal Harbor. Doesn't mean that it's full of bad levels now, though that's a discussion for another time. Overall, if we are to make our guess on how the average level design might be in Shadow Generations based on Final Rush Act 1 alone, then the 3 things we are to consider are that there will be a constant focus on player engagement, fluid platforming, and appropriate stage length, at least for the most part. The least that I want everyone to take away from this video is that this game, Shadow Generations, will be anything but Sonic Forces. And, yeah. That's it. If you like this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe to show your support. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. You all take it easy now.